Welcome to phase 3 of our irrigation system, which is the straw. So, zoom in a little bit. Each one of those pallets has 12 bales each. And so if you think that's a lot of straw, let me pan around here. And here's the rest of it. Each of these have 12 bales. It's 12 bales over there, and then over here on the big pallet is 30 bales. We have 126 bales total. And so you're asking, what in the world are you going to use all this straw for? And that's a lot of straw. And so to answer that question is yes, that is a lot of straw. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use this straw as mulch in between the rows and in the rows themselves. So like for instance here, this is elephant garlic in row 1. We're going to put mulch down here, and then we're going to put it on both sides here and here. We're going to do it for 2 reasons. One, for moisture retention, because we have sandy soil. It rained about 1/4 inch yesterday. That's why the dirt kind of looks kind of moist. But give it a day or two and it'll look like the Sahara Desert. The irrigation system has been working wonders so far. The onions and the garlic have both really perked up, and we've only had this up about a week because it was last weekend that we actually got the irrigation system done. So what we've been doing is the irrigation system is on 2 zones. So as you can see there, zone 1, well actually technically zone 1's on the right or on the left, and zone 2's on the right here. But what we do is it's running for 30 minutes every other day. So like Monday, that zone ran, Tuesday's this zone, Wednesday that zone, so on and so forth. And so that has been working out very well this week. Obviously you can see there's expansion and contraction within the drip tape itself. You come out in the afternoon, especially when it's sunny and hot, and this drip tape is snaking all over the place. In the morning I come out right after dawn, and all these lines are straight. So it's just expansion and contraction within the drip tape itself. So without further ado, I have no idea how long it's going to take to do this, because obviously before we put any straw down, we got to do weeding first. So we're going to do what I'm going to call a thorough weed, and then we're going to place straw down when we're done. So like if we get 20 feet of this row completely done, then we'll put straw down in that part, so on and so forth. I think where we're going to start, actually, instead of row 1, is we're going to start over here where the potatoes are. Because Andrea hilled these up last weekend, and so there's very few, if any, weeds actually on the hills themselves. So while they don't have weeds, let's go ahead and put the straw down. Let me come in here real quick. Here's our beets right here. They're actually doing pretty well, but I wanted to show you, we have cabbage that's supposed to be back here somewhere. I actually don't know if the cabbage is actually growing or not. Mainly I need to see what baby cabbage looks like, so I don't accidentally pluck them out of the ground. But the cabbage is back here, and as you can see, I weeded this earlier this week. This obviously did not get weeded. And then over here, which is our row 11, which is not being used right now, that has not been weeded at all. So if we did not do any weeding in any of these rows, this is what it would look like. And so I've been out here as best as I can doing the weeding, but this is a lot of linear feet of rows. I think if you include the area between the rows, it's like 1,600 linear feet. About half of it is the rows themselves, and about half of it's in between the rows. And needless to say, that's a lot to do. So the straw should help with that, and it should help with moisture retention. So hopefully the top of the rows, after the straw gets put down, does not dry out virtually immediately. Because earlier this week, when it hadn't rained for several days, where the drip tape was, you could see where that was moist, but everything else was bone dry. And so the straw was actually harvested within the last 2 days. The person we got it from, he said he had 200 acres of wheat that he planted for the specific purpose of straw. So he didn't plant it to harvest the wheat, he planted it for the straw, because we're in South Carolina and the wheat does not get harvested until like late May and into June. And I think I'm about to bust the dogs doing something. Hey, you two, what are you two doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. So the wheat is nice and fresh. You can actually see immature wheat piece right there. That's how come we knew it was wheat. And so anyway, this is going to be both good and bad doing this. This is going to be really annoying doing all this, but luckily, hopefully we only have to do it once. So I'm going to quit rambling now, since this is something that's probably going to take a long time to do. I'm going to not do what I normally do, which is just hold on to the videos and just splice them all together. I think I'll just do these as snippets. So when I'm done with this one, I'll post it today. And then when we get some done, I'll do that and post that, and we'll see how that does. So instead of have one video that's like almost an hour long, we can do like smaller snippet videos. We also have this, which I'm going to do a separate video on that and explain that. That's our redneck shading solution, because the timer, which is right there, it's not supposed to be in direct sun. So that's our redneck shading solution for right now. But anyway, done rambling. Excited about all the straw, and hopefully the straw will help with the weed control primarily.